Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Sunday, October 19th, 2025, and I'm doing another collective read for you guys. Hopefully you've had a beautiful weekend. Thank you for joining me. I love you guys so very, very much. I'm truly grateful to all of you. Really, really, for all your love and your support. You guys are great. Let's see where we're going to go with this read, shall we? Just know it's a timeless read. You can switch the genders and the roles if you need to, if you're new here. Just use your higher wisdom and discernment when you're listening to general collective readings. They're not personalized. Please only take what applies and toss the rest. Let's start. Let's begin. Okay. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the highest white light. What's the message for the collective at this hour? What would you like to discuss with the collective? Please focus. You're right on track. Right on target here. 17. Ascending. Wishes are being granted. Prayers are being heard. Maybe you're going into your North Node now. This isn't, it could be divine intervention as well. Praying, having faith, healing, balance. Something could be playing out publicly. Maybe you're in a public arena or something like that. Somebody was taking pot shots at you, maybe. Overarching energy. Bottom of the deck, we have fulfillment. So fulfillment's around the corner, or it's here. Divine decision's been made. This is somebody's under divine judgment, or judgment's been passed. You made some right decisions here. Somebody's taking accountability, you or someone else. Somebody might have been tempted or trying to tempt you. Or there's fulfillment. Somebody wanted something. So somebody was targeting you maybe because they didn't want you to have something. They wanted it, but they had more than enough. That could be it as well. There could have been some I don't want to say it's just yet. Yeah, playful. So remain playful. Remain, how can I say this? 44 is a number of firm foundations. It's also the number of the angels are protecting you, okay? So just remain playful in your heart. Remain as a child within your heart. You know, the silly things that make you happy. Let them. Don't deny them. Just do it. You know what I mean? Things that you used to do when you were a kid that brought you happiness and joy. Maybe you're going to get a new kitty or a puppy. I don't know. Vision. You have strong vision, strong intuition. Congratulations. You're resilient. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. You have courage. You have strength. Somebody wanted power and domination over you. Yeah, because they wanted to belong somewhere. Or you finally feel like you belong somewhere. 41. This is the higher powers involved. This could be a marriage, a commitment. This could be an institution, a platform, a belief system, the divine himself, like I said. Making the right choices. You're getting some good, or you're giving some wise counsel, or you're getting some wise counsel here. You finally feel like you belong, or somebody was doing something to belong somewhere, to feel like they belong, but it was not the right thing to do. They were targeting you for other reasons. They were being tempted here. Yeah, what they did was forbidden. I didn't want to mention it because I was picking up on this one, blood sacrifices. Somebody was doing lust and love spells as well. Whatever they did was forbidden. 18 lies, illusions, deception, manipulation, magic. They're in fear of their life, I just heard. Doors closing. They wanted to open a door that was meant for you, but they wanted to walk through themselves. Something that was meant for you. Yeah, they wanted to make you invisible. They were trying to make themselves invisible. This is a tower. They were doing mirror magic. They were doing glamour spells. They were trying to impersonate you. Trying to hide you, keep you invisible. Something's blowing up in their faces here. See the stripes that she's wearing? Somebody might be going to jail. Or spiritual jail. It is what it is. Yeah, you're right on path. Somebody tried to take you off path. Or you're getting on path. You're getting into your North Node here. We have 7 butterflies. So 7 people's lives might be greatly affected by this. Or they could have caused 7 unalives. I don't know. Or it took you 7 lives to get on path. Wow, that's a new one. That's an understanding here. Moving forward, overcoming, universally driven. This is victory. Congratulations, you're leaving it all behind. You're moving forward now. Wow, so I never got that before. So it could have been taking you 7 lives to get here. That's a long time. That's a lot of disappointment, a lot of blood, sweat, and toil, right? But you did it. You had faith in yourself. 17, target focus. So So you were focused this time around. Maybe in the last couple of lives, they took your focus off of what you were always meant to do or be. And somebody was doing blood sacrifices here, and they were targeting you. Where are we going with this? Thank you. Realizations. There we go. Epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. So you're awake now. Congratulations. Through your awakening, you might be awakening other people as well. So congratulations. Something to do with a commitment. Marriage, promises, and fidelity. Might have something to do with the last read I did. That was kind of a weird one too. So somebody you committed yourself to time and time, lifetime after lifetime. They're following you, trying to get you off path. They're an agent of the devil. Wow. So this is going deep. There's a lot of depth to you. There's awareness, importance, and value. You are a very important being. What you're meant to do here is very important. This is your second chance, or somebody wants a second chance with you. Reconciliation, making amends, and opportunity. But we're soulmates, aren't we? There's all kinds of soulmates, okay? Just so you're aware of this. Deep love, unity, and connection. You sound like a very wonderful person you love deeply. Doesn't mean that this person's meant to be with you. If they are a karmic soul tie from a past life, lessons you needed to learn, they're very important to you for showing you, for leading you to that realization, that epiphany, that you needed to learn these lessons. They were the catalyst to you learning and elevating. That's how important they were. They were important to you, but at the end of the day, they're not meant to stay with you. They can't always come with you. Not everybody can, okay? So they're being rejected. You rejected them. This is feeling abandoned, dismissed, irrational fear, or this is something they had abandonment issues, or you did, and you had to overcome that. So congratulations. This is also the type of person that ingrained this abandonment fear in you throughout these lifetimes. They could have abandoned you lifetime after lifetime. And depending on what gender you were in these lifetimes, it really doesn't matter. But back in the past, if you were a female, you couldn't own property. You had no rights. You couldn't even vote. You lost your children to the husbands. A lot of these women couldn't work. They weren't educated. You know what I'm saying? They were bred just to marry, to be wives and mothers. So in terms of supporting yourself, you might have had really short lives in the past if you were a female. That is a lot of hardship, right? So now you found peace. Congratulations. Balance, harmony, and friendship, as opposed to being hopeless. Maybe you've had lifetimes of hopelessness, sinking, despair, falling apart. That's far in the distance now. That's behind you. Separation, space, and blockage. So you separated with this person. You put some space. They're still spying on you because they want to return. They think that you're going to return. Second chances, opportunity, making amends. It's over. Masks are off. They're going to be longing for you for forever more, or they think you're longing for them. I don't know. Craving, aching, and wanting. This is something to do. This foundation was established in lifetimes ago, where they take the money, they get all the credit, you get shit on. But now, instead, you're established. You're secure. You can have your family. You can raise your family. There's cloudy judgment here. Illusions unbalanced and distorted. Somebody was always chasing. One day I'll come back. Somebody's in their pride. And now you see clearly. Abandonment. You're not afraid of it. Left out, walked away, and cold. You can always pick yourself back up again. Right? Somebody's facing an emotional storm now. Turmoil, unstable, and affected. This is shocking. They're in sorrow. It is what it is. So somebody really affected the way you looked at relationships in past lifetimes, also in this lifetime too. They probably made you feel like crap. You're only here to make babies and look after them and pay your way. You know what I'm saying? Some people have that attitude. I'm sorry. They're wrong. I mean, you're worth way more than that, and you're finding that out, obviously. At the end of the day, you have a lot to contribute, and you're here. You're more important than this person is, that's for sure. So this is focus 17. You've been able to focus now. So you're hitting the target here. Whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, you're on path. Congratulations. This is a realization. This is an epiphany. There's some wonderful ideas, maybe. Yeah, you're seeing the truth for what it is. Something to do with, this was in reverse. Intimacy, mutual respect, unity, and closeness. That's what's lacking in this. There's no mutual respect. There's no unity. There's no closeness. Somebody took you for a ride. It's time to move on. Yeah, they're two-faced. Backstabbing, cheater, backstabber, double life. Somebody was non-committal. Epiphany, yet again. Realizations, right? Self-reflection, answered questions, untapped talents. You found your untapped talents. You're getting on path. You're leaving this bullcrap behind you. It's about time. All right? You were delayed. Maybe you were procrastinating. Maybe you found yourself too busy, but you know what? You're never too busy to save your life. It is what it is, right? You're feeling shattered. Somebody's shattered here. Broken, nightmares, and failure. Yeah, you're being protected here. Archangel Michael's protecting you from the chaos they're trying to bring, or they brought to you in past lives. Not this life. Upheaval, disaster, downfall. It's in their backyard, not yours. Protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention. Congratulations. This somebody wanted the nightlife. They wanted a mommy or a daddy. Place the genders where it belongs. They wanted a maid. They wanted a babysitter. They wanted somebody that made them look good, respectable, but they wanted the nightlife too, right? The raunchiness, the low vibe and stuff, right? Oh, they're head in the clouds here. Maybe you had your head in the clouds. Maybe you were daydreaming of a better life, a better day. Oh, maybe one day they'll love me. Maybe they'll smarten up. Yeah, you've recharged here. Breathe, let go, clear your mind. You got to let this go. You felt trapped, stuck, no options on forgiveness. This person is a psychopath, abusive, conniving, unpredictable. And this is your soulmate? Yeah, no. Twin flame, friendships, romantic partner? Yeah. Maybe they hooked up with a third party because we just did a third party type of thing. They're trapped with this third party. They were on the down low. Nothing wrong with that. They wound up with they were attracted to transgender, I think, or they're bi or they're gay. Nothing wrong with that. But they couldn't be true to themselves and other people and live the life that they were meant to live, right? They couldn't even be true to themselves. So they suckered you into this marriage time and time again. As a maid, as a mother, as a whatever they were using you for. It wasn't true love. But this third party also loved you, also wanted to be you, thought they could just take your family, your partner, your life, your home, your kids. It's all blowing up in their faces. If that's to do with the first read, I don't know. It could be, might not be. We'll see. So we have focus 17, realizations, intimacy in reverse. Maybe you haven't had much intimacy with this partner. Not like normal couples do. Do you understand what I'm saying? You made some babies or you made a baby. That's about it. You know what I mean? They don't look at you like they can't live without you. They don't wake up with wanting to hold you in their arms, you know, poking you in the back type of thing if you're female, if you're male. You know what I mean? They're not wanting you. This is not normal. So they're not meeting your needs. In multiple ways, they're not meeting your needs. Maybe you thought, well, you know, I'm married, I got to put up with it. It could be also cultural as well, so be careful. Some people are made to stay in these marriages or told to marry certain people for, you know, cultural reasons. You're not stuck, well, unless you're in one of those countries, but if you're in a westernized world, you can leave. Just be careful. Some of these people take great offense when a female wants to leave. That's if you're female. So 17 focus, realization, and intimacies in reverse. Devalue. Or double standards. Yeah, it's a double standards. If you did this to this person, imagine how things would work out. You know what I'm saying? Breach of trust. So you don't trust this person, or they breach some sort of trust with the courts, because if you're going through custody, because the last read was going to custody or separation of assets here, division of assets, something. They're trying to fight you on something, trying to devalue you. Yeah, it's a breach of trust. Somebody got bribed, or they tried to bribe somebody. You're getting some good news. They spread slander, rumor, and gossip about you, trying to hurt your reputation. They only hurt their own. They were playing with magic, so it was something to do with the last read. Somebody, either the third party or your partner, ex-partner, or both of them were playing with magic, hexing and cursing you, or trying to confirmation bias, or they were doing magic on other people, maybe the court personnel, so they would get their own way, right? Somebody's comparing themselves to you. This is a gold digger and a cloud chaser. They're out of control. They're hostile and confrontational. So if you have children with this person and you have to drop them off or they come and pick them up, this hostility is not healthy for these kids, right? Something to do with phone and computer. Comparing and competition. You're not competing with this person. There is no comparison. They're trying to provoke you. So they're poking the bear, trying to get reactive abuse out of you. So you come out of character. You scream, you rant, you rate, and so they can videotape you or tape record you on the phone or a computer doing these things. But they're not going to show the courts or the judge or a court-appointed lawyer or psychologist what it took to get you there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So be mindful. Don't give them what they want. They're ignorant, okay? They think they're righteous by trolling and hating on you, okay? This could be somebody that's famous, or you're famous, or they want to be famous. Maybe you're going to be well-known in your community after this is all said and done. It's going to hit the news or something. Something to do with child and children. You could have famous children or a famous child. Something to do with false documents. They caused you a lot of pain. Something about, so they doctored false documents to take this child or children outside of the country where you live, abroad and overseas. M for unalive. Them and their flying monkeys. So maybe they're doing unalive spells against you or trying to set you up for something. You have great faith here. Or you're not of the same faith. There's something to do with denials here. A lot. They're denying they abused you. They're denying they discriminated against you. Or they're claiming you're discriminating against them. Or they're claiming the courts are discriminating against them. Yeah, you put up some boundaries. They're trying to hack into your devices. Somebody had an affair. They burnt their bridges with you. They had ulterior motives and agenda, either your ex or the third party or both. Something to do with a fake and phony engagement. We got this in the last read. They're very superficial. They're going to be arrested or trying to get you arrested. Something to do with a coworker. Two-faced. A lot of greed going on here. You're having a new beginning. Now they're backpedaling. They want to come back towards you now that you have a new beginning, that they're losing in a court of law. Now they want to be honest. Maybe they're facing a serious illness because they're a player energy. Oh, wow. This could go on and on. I'm so sorry you went through that. Double standards, right? A breach of trust. How can you go back there? I'd be more worried, this person, obviously you have children with them. I'd be more worried about what my kids are going to think of me as they get older and they get the news, and they get the truth. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not that you're going to sit there and tell them what happened and only give them your side of the story, but children aren't stupid. Okay, they're going to find out what happened between mom and dad eventually. Now, if this person played you like this and did all this crap, I'd be more worried about what my kids were going to think, one day about my actions, how they're going to look at me. They're going to lose so much breach of trust, exactly, and respect. It's disgusting how they treated their mother. I don't know. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they didn't think that far ahead. I don't know. They're so up their own ass. Who knows, right? So we have focus 17. They're trying to get you off focus. Maybe you are famous. Who knows? And they really want to embarrass you. You don't have to be. Not everybody's famous, right? Realization, intimacy in reverse. You're not having intimate moments with this person anymore. Now they're getting mad. Double standards. So they did. Oh, God. So somebody just thinks, maybe in the past you said no to them because you knew they were sleeping around and you just didn't want to be part of that pool. And you'd say no to them, but they would just take what they wanted. If you trigger easily, I'm so very sorry. You're innocent here. They're sorry. It's something to do with a child or children. You have a new beginning here. Somebody had a crush on you. I think their third party had a crush on you. Male or female, doesn't matter. Or in between, whatever they identify as. They certainly wanted to be you. They thought their life would be easier. Focus 17, realization, intimacy in reverse, and double standards. Thank you, Spirit. Judgment's coming in. Judgment's going in your favor. You made the right decisions here. They have to take accountability for what they've done. There's a lot of X's on this shirt. I never even noticed the sweater here. XXX. Somebody marking down the days, maybe till your court date, till you see your kids again. I don't know what this is, until you're divorced, till you can move. Somebody needs to take accountability. So a judgment's been rendered. So if you're waiting for a judge's decision, it's here. It's a wake-up call. Somebody wants a second chance now. The judges rendered their decision. They didn't like it. Now they want to come back to you so they can do it all over again? I don't think so. Overarching energy. Oof, they're in their emotions. Now they're going to call it love. They think they're smart. Wisdom. This is a pearl of wisdom. So you might Yeah, well, this is a lesson they're learning, and they're gaining some wisdom. I mean, everybody in this equation is learning some lessons here. Somebody's in their emotions. Yeah, because you're moving on. You're not looking back. They were plotting and planning something, and it didn't work out. You're moving forward. You're not looking back. You're prepared for preparing. Maybe you're moving altogether, countries, whatever. You're expanding your horizons. You're not looking back. Congratulations. Somebody lost their job, whatever they tried, whatever they were plotting and planning, it didn't work. It was not successful. So maybe they're preparing themselves just in case something's not successful. Maybe they're going to leave, try to hightail it out of town. Let me see. But you foresaw this. Yeah, they're grieving and regretting here that you won. You're moving forward in life. They wanted to stop you. They're grieving and regretting, crying over spilt milk now. They were investigated. They're finding something out. They're finding out the end result here. They're on their own now. Or you're going to be on your own, raising kids maybe. Yeah, somebody's finding out the decision here. Decision's been rendered. You've ascended. You're going into your north node. You are in your north node. Something to do with a contract or a third party. Wow. That went right back into the deck. Flew out, came back, and right into the deck. I guess that's not coming back out. They want to come back to you now. They want to come back to you. Why do I feel this so sad? So sad. Yeah, they can't move on. They're in trouble. They're in hot water. They don't want this change. Somebody's in trouble here. They were trying to prevent you from moving forward. And they can't move forward here. They can't move forward with their stupid plans. Yeah, this tower. They shit the bed. Whatever they were trying to build was built on a false foundation, giving off a false sense of security and false impressions. So, of course, you know, when you go to court, and I can speak about it because I've gone through it, custody and divorce, you're always putting your best foot forward, right? Not always is it the truest foot forward, though. A lot of it's phony. So people are getting tossed out here. It's going to happen suddenly. It's going to be a shock to these people. Yeah. Bad father figure, bad boss or leader, somebody who's in their ego, wanting power and control, a bully and a tyrant, only cares about what their image would, about their image. They had image to uphold. They lost authority, gave their power away. It is what it is. Truth and clarity, they've been exposed. Illumination. They've been exposed. Yeah, by you. You could be the mother or place yourself. It could be a male in this energy. You remained emotionally balanced, stable, mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. You're going to be extremely happy here. You used your intuition to get by. Something's picking up some speed. This is good news. 8 of Wands in the upright. You're receiving good news. You are loving. You're very, very loving. You went through a lot. You had to stomach a lot. Truth is out. You faced your fears. They can't hide this anymore. There's no more confusion. Somebody had multiple options. They were trying to confuse the situation on purpose, trying to bribe, tempt people to go their way. It's hopeful, wishful thinking, a lot of illusions here. Yeah, this is fated. There we go. Change. The divine stepped in. You're innocent, something to do with a child or children. Somebody has a crush on you. You have a new beginning. They didn't want you, but they didn't want you having any happiness. They didn't want you moving forward in life. They wanted you, what? In a hole, crying. No sunlight, no love, no happiness. Yeah, this is wish fulfillment for you. Congratulations. Material gains. Yeah, wish fulfillment. Somebody was very greedy here. Yeah, you kept it balanced. You're in alignment. You kept things balanced. Your emotions, everything. You made a head over heart decision. It's good financial news. You have a new beginning. You took a practical approach. You learned things, maybe. Maybe you're listening to divination. Obviously, you're here. This is good news, though. You learned things about yourself. You had to learn things. You have to start off slow and build yourself up, right? Something to do with the children. You kept steady in front of your child or children. They paid people to make up allegations and accusations about you or to attack you. 7 of Wands in reverse, whether it's physical, verbal, and or spiritual. They wanted you to fight with them. They paid people to get you going. You know, they took advantage of this situation. They were ungrateful. This can't be ignored. You know your value and your worth, okay? They're feeling overwhelmed and defeated here. They're trying to pay people to block you. There you go. Block your work. But you have success here. You put a lot of hard work into yourself or whatever you do for a living. You mastered your emotions. You mastered your craft. You're very diligent. You planted seeds. You watered them. You nurtured them. This is success. This is what success looks like. So you're very disciplined. Yeah. Somebody was greedy and selfish. They're jealous. This is somebody that's corrupt. They're a bully. They thought this was going to work by making allegations and accusations about you, trying to block you from success of any kind because they were jealous. They were lazy, greedy, and selfish, right? But somebody's speaking the truth. You or someone else, male or female. Place the genders where it belongs, by the way. They wanted you unstable, that's for sure. They wanted you to look unstable. They're working hard to make you look unstable. But you're speaking your truth. You set boundaries and you cut them out. You're not mincing words either. You're very astute, discerning, intelligent, wise, and intuitive. You've gone through a lot. Whether you're a male or a female, you went through a lot. This could be on a professional of some kind as well that's working with you or working with them. Could be a speaker, could be a therapist, could be anybody, a judge, lawyer, whatever. Yeah, taking action, new beginnings, new passion opportunities, growth and expansion. They can't block you. They're trying to hold you back, so he's impersonating you. They felt entitled. They forged your signature. They're combative. They're argumentative. They're abusive. They're in your face should you do anything or say anything against them. This is somebody that feels entitled here. This is a poser and a player. They might be going to jail. They wanted you stuck or they tried to put you in jail. This is self-imposed. They're stuck. They tried to attach something to you. They have an attachment or they try to attach a false narrative to you, trying to hold you back. They're bound to something or bound to someone. They lie, bound to their lies. They're abusive here, okay? Maybe they're going to jail because they abused you or abused the courts or weaponized the courts, male or female. This is somebody that's a pathological liar, a user, abuser, cold, calculating, and cruel. They abused you. Not very smart here. They thought they were. They're self-serving. They have no authority to speak on your behalf or to take any actions on your behalf with a third party. They were celebrating something. Third party is a hoe bag doing magic. This could be they're talking, people are talking, now they want to reconcile. This is the third party here. They could have said you were the hoe bag or you were doing magic. No. Somebody's angry, pissed right off. This is a bully. They're abusive. They're out of control. They don't create, they destroy. This is something that has nothing going for them except for smacks, maybe. Yeah, it's ending. Something's ended. Ending a cycle to begin a new one. You're protected. This is victory. Could be traveling around with this person. Lessons learned here. Somebody's pissed off. You close something down. You could be online or somebody else is online or famous, like I said. You could be on the news. Yeah, this is a blessing in disguise for you. They were talking mad shit about you online maybe or publicly. This is a lot of a mental, emotional, verbal, and psychological abuse. And they got caught and they have to come clean. They're not getting away with this. This is a blessing in disguise for you, darling. Seven of Swords in reverse. Somebody who was very malicious, ruthless, careless, and cruel. Emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, emotionally immature, self-serving, and self-absorbed. Very dangerous, sexually dangerous, possibly. Somebody's not a good father. They're doing stuff that they shouldn't have been doing. If it's a father. It could be a female in this energy. Didn't listen to advice, gave poor advice. Yeah. People are detaching. You saw through the illusions, or other people are seeing through the illusions and breaking free. Non-binding contract. They broke a contract here. They were playing games. They wanted you to compete, fight. They wanted you to be an option. This is a whole bunch of people fighting here. A lot of drama, jealousy, rivalry. 5 of Wands, a lot of conflict, whatever this is. People want to separate themselves. Yeah. Somebody has addictions, obsessions. They went to extremes, inappropriate behavior. Now they're feeling some sort of... They're feeling conflicted because people are going the other way. You've left. They were playing mind games here with you. There's not going to be a reconciliation. They were playing games with you. They wanted you to compete. They could have addictions, obsessions, went to extremes, inappropriate behavior, no peace, harmony, or contentment. This is disaster. They don't want to heal. Yeah, no reconciliation. Somebody, this is disaster. I don't know what this is. Somebody's sick and unstable. They are supporting the third party. They're playing mind games here. Now they want to be friends with you. This is somebody in your past. They want to reconcile. They want to come with a cup of love. They want to be friends. There's something to do with children. The past is happening now, but this, look at this. This person's looking at her necklace. Eyeballing her, what can I take from you now? You know what I mean? You healed your inner childhood wounds. Now they see you as wish fulfillment, or somebody wants to be you. But they wanted to make you look like you have addictions. This is truth and clarity. There's some sort of communication coming towards it from the courts. Wow, about the kids. There we go. You're supporting. Somebody never supported you. Or this judge is not supporting this person. There's not going to be a reconciliation. They're going to think it's unfair. That's just too bad. The judge is supporting you and the kids. You support the kids in the best way possible. This is justice. I can't make this up. Yeah, the judge has made up their decision here, male or female. You're planned. You're good to go. I got goosebumps. This is embarrassing and disgraceful. You can let this go now. It's the end. Somebody's feeling ashamed of themselves. Somebody was pushing this from behind. Either your partner or somebody in their camp was pushing all of this bullshit. Could be the third party too. Yeah, this is a family, long-term stability. They're going to have to pay you. You're moving on. You overcame, persevered. You're leaving them behind. Bye-bye. Yeah, you're moving towards a happiness here. Congratulations. They have to move. Yeah, they can't pay. They don't want to pay you. This is somebody that's unfaithful. They can't trust them. Okay? They can't come correct. They're immature, insincere. They're not dependable. They're lazy. They try to intercept your money, a family. I don't know, it's family courts or something. They don't want to pay. Well, that's just too bad. Maybe that's why they're going to jail. Yeah, you're not bothered. You're not going to let them bother you anymore. It's over. They wanted a life of luxury off your back. They wanted you to, they're claiming poverty now. Oh, I'm not working. I can't get help anywhere. The judgment went against them anyways. There we go. Now they're sick. It's a scandal. They're scared. They can say they're sick. They can't work. A lot of people do that. My own ex did that, right? I'm too sick. I can't work. The minute that they found out that they lost custody, and I never asked for money. I didn't talk about money. I just wanted the custody dealt with first. Oh boy, he asked for custody. Can you believe that? He never supported me. He asked me, should I win? I want her to pay me alimony. And my mother guffawed. Like she just bursted out laughing in court when she heard him say that. And the judge didn't look too kindly upon him either. So yeah, this person, it's over. So dark cloud over their head. It's over. Yeah, now they're stuck. Hangman. They didn't see this coming. They can't overcome this. Now they're crying. It's over for them. They cannot hold anything against you anymore. Someone who's a gold digger and a clout chaser, they're going to be poor. And the third party's going to be poor because you're moving on and quick. This was a quick decision. It was easy. Yep, they have to pay you. They underestimated you. They're going to have to let this go. They're mad and they're angry. Let go of their family, the home, whatever. The truth is out. This is a hoe bag. They're talking mad shit. This was unwise counsel. They're doing magic against you. People are seeing clearly what was happening here. You have no problems making this decision. Or the judge had no problems making this decision. Done. Betrayal. Ending this betrayal. The worst is over. They're going towards lack and loss and poverty. There we go. There was some sort of investigation. They were under surveillance. Something to do with the online. They're on their own here. Not to be trusted. Yeah, with this third party. There we go. This is a karmic situation. One-sided deal, their way of the highway. Nah, they're reaping the consequences with this doppelganger. They wanted to take your rights away or wanted power and control or power of attorney. It's over. You're too strong for them. You know your value and your worth and people see it. You're innocent. This is your new beginning. You took a leap of faith. This is victory, success, reward, recognition. Maybe getting played out publicly. Maybe you are a public figure or you will be. Golden opportunity for you. The divine is blessing you. This is good news. Something exciting is happening in your world. Somebody sees you for who you are. You're stable and secure. Somebody was trying to hold you back, hold back some communication maybe. You're protected. Yeah. Somebody's got to balance something out. They were giving and receiving, getting paid or paying other people. This is a warlock. This is somebody, a poser, a player. They're giving and receiving with other people, prioritizing other people. They got to balance this out. They wanted to hold on to you, but you got to walk away from whatever they were doing here. They're facing the unknown. Your wish fulfillment is coming towards you. This is divine intervention. They were willing to do whatever it took to win at any cost, out of ego, jealousy, pettiness, and cruelty. And everybody working with them are taking on losses because you transmute and alchemize. You had conscious awareness, or other people had a conscious awareness of what was going on. You co-create with the divine. You're manifesting something new. You have all the tools you need. You're very focused, like it says here. Starts with focus, ends with focus. They're focused on you and how you're transitioning your life for the betterment, right? You know who the snake is. The snake's not going to win. You're above that. Congratulations. I love this for you. Now, this is what they're facing here. They tried to target you. They're too focused on you and your life. Well, guess what? Their life is imploding here. They were doing some sort of blood rituals or something. They're under divine judgment. A judgment's been rendered. Somebody was tempted, easily tempted, sleeping around. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't get enough of whatever they're lacking in their life, smacks or rugs or just wanting to be right, abuse, very abusive, I just heard. So realizations, the light's coming on. Light's coming on here. Epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings about this commitment. Marriage promises, infidelity. What? Broken promises. This person's two-faced, double life, cheater, backstabber. Yep, no intimacy. They're not into intimacy. They want a maid, they want a mommy, want a daddy, they want a babysitter, they want somebody to make them look good, right? No mutual respect, no unity, no closeness. Too bad, right? It's a double standards. If anybody did this to this person, nah. It's a breach of trust, okay? They don't care about anybody but themselves. So let them reap what they have sown. Congratulations. I'm sorry you went through this, but you are a better person now. You found out your strengths, your weaknesses, we all have them, what you're good at, and there's nothing you cannot overcome. You just have trust, have faith. You have ascended. You've let this go after how many lifetimes? I don't know. Finally, you could be rid of this. Congratulations. How are we ending this for this collective, please? Okay. 21, it's over. It's a world. Whatever strings held you two together, it's not null and void now. Non-binding contract now. You're unbound. Congratulations. Your lessons learned. You're able to move forward. You're protected. This is victory. 28, they're getting karma. Yep. They want you to go back into another toxic cycle with them. I don't think so. Somebody wanted you. The third party wanted your life. Well, they can have it, but not as you, as themselves, though. Okay. Got 27-9. Hiding and cloaking. Don't want to be alone. Just want a mommy or a daddy. You know what I mean? Don't want to do that inner childhood wounds. Okay. So the third party. I'm sorry. This is why they get me to choose certain decks. The third party is trans. Okay. This was once a man trying to be a woman. But just because they got boobies doesn't make them a mother, right? I mean, they could be a good mother. I don't know. All right, I'm not saying they're not, but it's just verifying. Yeah, this is the story. So 17. This is not wish fulfillment. Somebody doesn't want to elevate. They're not. They're balanced. They're unbalanced here. Okay. If they were doing any kind of spell work or magic, they did it with no protection. They have no faith. They're in their self node. They want you to stay in your self node so you could be a maid, make them look good. I don't know, make their life easy. I don't know what the problem is, okay? But this is coming from a past life. That's why there's such an intense connection between you two, or used to be. Now that you've elevated and realized the truth, that connection's null and void. It's no longer there. They serve their purpose to help you elevate and wake up. And hopefully they're elevating and waking up too, okay? So 20. It's complicated, but it is what it is. 21, sorry. Consanguinity. Some people feel like family, whether they share our blood or not. Friends could be even closer than kin because you're drawn together by common interests and values. Who are those people in your life? Are you giving them enough time and attention? Reach out to your soul sister or brother. Trust them with your innermost hopes and fears. You've been keeping things bottled up inside for too long. You are not alone. So if you've got some friends out there, not everybody does. There's somebody out there that it could potentially be a good friend to you. You don't have to shoulder everything by yourself every lifetime, your whole life. There's people, good people out there, just so you know. In the light aspect, make close affinity alliances in every realm of your life. Now you're free to do so. You don't have this situation any longer to hold you back, okay? You're allowed to make friends now, male or female, doesn't matter, or in between, or whatever they identify as, okay? Just be who you are. Intimidation. Someone may be trying to exploit your weaknesses or what they perceive as weaknesses. Don't buy into their view. Don't let yourself be intimidated and held down by a lack of confidence. Stand up for who you are and what you believe in. If you are the one who is intimidating others, ask yourself if this is really how you want to win. There's a big difference between being a leader and being a bully. So we do know that this ex and their third party potentially were bullies. In the dark aspect, someone is distorting the facts. Don't give any power to idle threats. So if they're trying to threaten you, don't fall for it. They want to poke you. Don't fall for it. Don't even talk to them. Okay? Don't give them any reactions. If they text you, call you, leave you messages, you don't have to say anything. Even if they're face to face with you, you do not have to say a damn thing. Because they just want to. They want to get you. They want to trap you. So they can feel better about themselves. They are de-evolving from 28 to 27, okay? Compassion. If you've been harmed by someone, your pain and anger are legitimate responses. But if you find yourself stuck in the wounded place, you can heal your heart by filling it with compassion. Compassion isn't pity or even forgiveness. It's quote-unquote suffering with, putting yourself in the other person's shoes and imagining what they are going through. Even the very worst people deserve some modicum of compassion. After all, you have to be pretty damaged to want to damage someone else. So these people are damaged. I can't tell you how to feel. I'm just reading what this says, okay? So in the dark aspect, having compassion for someone doesn't mean you condone their bad behavior. Just because you have compassion doesn't mean that you like what they're doing or you have to go along with it. Here, I do believe, and I do agree with that. So we're going to get the angels right here. What are the angels' messages here for the collective? So we can... Oh, no, that's all demon. Wow. Angel messages, please. Where are we going with this? You might be dealing with somebody with attachments. I did pick that up in the first read. Well, Vehuel. So I look at violins and I always think of somebody, wanting pity, playing a violin for themselves. Have a sense of humility. Don't be too proud so you can find peace against troubles. You don't have to rub it in. I mean, they already feel like an asshole, I'm sure. Maybe they don't. I don't know. For us, maintaining your health leads to long life. Today, you should seek out healthy physical activity. So now that you can concentrate on other things other than this, or even if you're still in the throes of this, think about your health, okay? That'll also get your mind off the things as well. So, Sabnuk, consider your talents. How can they help you overcome any obstacles in your way? You're a very talented person. Or maybe you're just finding that out. Maybe you will find out, maybe you will be famous. Maybe you are already. So you already know you have talents. Work on those talents. Work on your health, on your fitness here. Get your mind off of whatever you're going through. I'm telling you, your partner is with somebody that is there because they are jealous of you. They want to be you. They want everything you have. Like a bell. Could you make a shift? Do some soul searching to see if you're on the right path. Place that where it belongs. We all should do that. And Sehiyah, a healthy, happy life lies ahead. Material prudence should be practiced today. So keep an eye on your money, and your assets. Somebody in the background could be playing around with this. Okay, sorry. So why is it not focusing? Yeah, so your partner in the background could be playing around with your money, your assets, your properties, whatever, or this third party, or both. So just keep an eye on it. Ask if you have money managers, if you have anybody that's overseeing your money, your bankers, whatever. Double check and check. Vipar, resentments festering below the surface can poison your daily life. Let go of those things that no longer serve you. So yeah, go to therapy if you need to. Let go of these horrible feelings that, the situation has bred into you. You're not immune to it. I'm not. I felt horrible too. I had horrible thoughts against my exes. But, you have to heal. It just tells you you need to heal. That's all. You're normal, okay? It's a normal part of life. Amy could be your name or somebody else's name, or I don't know. Divine revelations bring life-changing spiritual illumination. Be mindful of those revelations, given by the burning bush. So this is coming right from God. God is here. God is guiding you. Kaliel, you're getting justice. I can't make this up. Innocence is all around you. This is not the time for confrontations, but for truthful revelations. There we go. More revelations, more revelations. Listen, you do not have to react. Please don't react to their bad behavior. It's just going to make you, you're giving them ammo. Don't react. You have every right to be angry. I'm not saying you don't. Don't react, okay? They want that. And Ducius, it's okay to make mistakes sometimes. Friends can help you get back on track. So you really do need to talk to a friend. You might want to think about doing that, okay? Just unwind. And if you don't have a friend, maybe a good therapist. I mean, I've seen it online. They have people online you can call or FaceTime just to get the stuff off of your chest. You don't deserve to be living with this on your mind, on your chest, egging at you. Because I've learned the hard way, if you don't get this off your chest, if you're not able to make sense of it, because that's why we talk, and that's why therapists will make you talk, because you have the answers within you anyways, okay? They're pulling those answers out of you, and they do it quite adeptly. Same with readers. A good reader will bring those answers out of you, because you have those answers. They're not there to give you, I'm not here to give you answers. I'm just here to open your eyes, hopefully, and to the truth. But sometimes you just need to get this off your chest, okay? Because if you don't, sometimes it festers, makes you make bad mistakes, you say things you don't really mean, or at the wrong time or wrong place. You're allowed to feel the way you do. Please don't feel like as if you're wrong for feeling the way you do, how you feel, okay? You have every right to. But you also have every right to let this go and not live with it and let it fester. So find a friend, find somebody to talk to. There's plenty of options, I'm sure. Get it out. Even write it down. Start a journal. Do what you can, okay? Work on your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. This is looking good for you. Not so great for them. You got it under control. You're co-creating with the divine. He is here with you, believe it or not. You have elevated. You have ascended. You're in your North Node. Keep going. You got something to give to the world, and no one's going to stand in your way. All this pain that you've experienced, okay, prepared you for this. I love you. I hope you find this in good spirits. And until next time, take care.